Good morning, beautiful people. Okay. I always gotta do my mic check just to make sure. So, good morning, good morning. It is day 11 of me doing this. Um, so yeah, let's get right into it. So my goal for today is to just walk for a minimum of an hour. I'm not necessarily going for distance, but normally when I walk for an hour, I'm at least able to hit 3 miles. So if you're walking with me, that is the goal. 1 hour minimum. Sometimes I walk maybe to an hour and a half. Um, but we at least got to hit the 1 hour mark. That is the daily requirement. Day 11, we are here. The start of week 3. So I'm just going to start at 2.5 miles per hour. That's how I like to warm up. Let me get my watch going as well. So I normally like to start at 2.5 miles per hour just to warm up. I've talked to you all before about just trying to warm up your body before you get started. Your girl is getting older, so we got to take things a little slow and build our way. I got a couple things that I can chat about. As I walk for an hour, I always try to bring something to the table we can talk about. We got some realistic goals. I got some random things, and then body dysmorphia, something else I want to hit. But before I get into all that, I did want to talk about see how y'all weekend went, what you do, what you get into. My weekend started off a little rough. For some reason, I was dizzy. Just wasn't feeling myself. I think that was like Friday. So maybe I went a little hard throughout the week, and I need to drink more water. That's probably the biggest thing. Drink more water. But I did also watch a movie. I'm not gonna say too much about it because I don't want to ruin it for anybody who hasn't seen it. But G20, good movie. I will say that. I'm not gonna try to big it up because I feel like when you try to big a movie up, then when somebody else watch it, they're like, it wasn't all that good. But the reason why the movie normally isn't that good is because expectation was like here, right? So when somebody big ups a movie, they're like, oh, it was amazing. Your expectations skyrocket for what you kind of think it's gonna be. So I ain't gonna big it up, but I will say I did enjoy it. Is it a movie that I would watch again? I think so. I think I would watch it again and maybe just try to look for different things in the movie. But I love a good, strong female lead, so I did enjoy that. Oh, I forgot to mention yesterday I juiced. So if you missed that, you can check it out. I went to the farmer's market, and it wasn't as bad as I thought. I thought the farmer's market was going to be buku, crazy crowded. I had kind of read some reviews about it where they said that you only want to get there early in the morning. But I feel like if you go late in the evening, that might be the better time. But I guess it's slim pickings on the fruits and veggies. So I don't know. But they opened at 9 o'clock. I got there around 10. Started off strong because I had a good parking spot. Got in there. And I was actually really excited. I was I mentioned yesterday when I go to my local grocery stores, they never really have what I need, especially when it comes to beets, you know. So went in there, they had everything you could think of. Everything looked so fresh. You couldn't record because I was gonna vlog like how I shop and just my experience at the farmer's market, but they had these big signs that say no photography and whatever else it said, but basically no recording. So I wasn't able to get any video of my farmer's market experience, but I will say that I definitely plan on going every chance I get whenever I want to juice because the options are infinite. So If you haven't been to a farmer's market before, I encourage you to go. At least experience it. When I tell you, when it was time to check out, I was like, why are they herding us like sheep? It's like you had to walk down this narrow hallway to get to the checkout. I was like, uh-oh. But it wasn't bad. Definitely would go again. I think I spent, hey, Abby Boo, how are you? But I definitely said I would go again to the farmer's market. Y'all know I juice once a week. So yesterday the juice I did was squash, lemon, lemonade apples is what they call them. Is it Riley? Hey girl, keep up the good work. Thank you, thank you. And I love the way you spell your name. Oh, Abby, I hope you feel better. Stick with the flu. That sucks. It's nothing worse than being sick in that nostril. You ever take your nostrils for granted? Man, when you can't breathe, that's a whole different story. Queen, hi. But, oh yeah, I got to move my walking pad again. I'm not about to hear it rattle against this wall. I do not want to hear that this whole time. Ooh. My water bottle dropped, y'all. But yeah, I just don't want to hear all that noise. Watch how smooth I get back on. Yeah. It's your birthday? Happy birthday. Y'all know I can't sing. I tried to sing happy birthday to somebody the other day. But happy birthday to you. I hope you enjoy. Well, where I'm at is a very beautiful day. So I hope where you are, it is beautiful as well. And you are able to enjoy every minute of it. I feel like birthdays are so special. Everybody should at least get a cake. Everybody should make it about you for the day. 24 hours should be yours. That's my belief. But who am I? So I definitely hope you have an amazing birthday, Queen. Don't let nobody ruin your day. Be in good spirits. So yeah, I ended up spending a total of $15 when I went to the farmer's market. I think it was money well spent. So yeah. Someone in the chat yesterday named my drink Homer Simpson because it's like a yellow color, golden yellow color. So Homer Simpson's the name of the drink. Oh, I forgot to name the other ingredients. So the other ingredients were golden beets, pineapple. I feel like I'm missing. Oh, rainbow carrots. So that was the ingredients for the drink. So check it out if you're interested in seeing a lot of the benefits from it, whether it helps with inflammation. It had a lot of your different vitamins, A, C, B6, folate. Of course, the carrots help with your eyes. So, I mean, you can't really go wrong, right, when you juice fruits and veggies. So I'm 7.5 minutes in on my walk so far, you all. 0.30 distance, calories 35. Okay, so now I'm gonna just kind of hop into some of the topics I want to hit. You know, for the most part, when I get on here, I like to talk about health and fitness. I don't mind talking about other things. Every now and then I will hit some other topics, some trending topics that are going on. But I just want to talk about realistic fitness goals versus social media expectations. I got a whole list, y'all, that I can kind of go through. But feel free to chime in, throw something at me if you want to talk about something else. But I just wanted to hit this because I find it so funny that I know everybody was talking about it. I really don't like talking about trending stuff because half the time it don't interest me to begin with. But the social media expectation, the guy, I don't even remember his name. I think it's Ashton. I could be wrong. But the guy who was showing like his morning fitness routine, like or just morning daily routine in general, how he had like the person handing him the water and he put his face in cold water. the breakfast, just everything he was doing. It just seemed over the top, right? And a lot of us don't do that. I know for me, when I wake up, first I'm struggling to get up. I do my devotion and Bible reading. I'm supposed to get up, take all my medicine, blah blah blah. But for the most part, what I'm getting at is, for the most part, everyday life is boring, right? It's nothing spectacular, nothing to record. So I really don't feel like that was his everyday morning routine. Um, I just don't see it. Getting up oh, okay, yeah, telling her happy birthday, yeah. Hey, Roman. But I just want to talk about the realistic fitness goals, social media expectations. There really aren't no expectations. Do what you do. Do whatever makes you happy when you wake up. There is no set guideline. There is no roadmap to success. People can tell you what worked for them, but everything that worked for them is not going to work for you. So the trending morning routine that everybody was talking about, no, not needed. Wake up, do what you got to do to get in the best mood, to have positive energy throughout the day. I will say try to set goals for yourself. The night before, I try to set goals for what I want to accomplish the next day. But I feel like every morning I'm on a struggle bus of just trying to get up. So some of the other social media expectations that I feel like are the 30-day transformation, body transformations. Once again, everybody's not going to get the same results. So just because somebody said they got a transformation in 30 days doesn't mean it may work for you. Genetics do play a role. Your consistency, diet, working out. So 30-day transformation. For the most part, if someone lost, and you also got to look at where did people start? Like, how much did they weigh? So if somebody weighs a lot and they lost a decent amount of weight in the beginning, if you don't weigh that same amount, you probably won't lose a large amount as quickly as they did, right? It's easier for someone of a larger weight, you know what I'm saying, to drop down than it would be for you. Hey, how are you? I'm just walking and talking, trying to stay consistent with this workout. So 30-day transformations, on average, you can burn or lose about 1 to 2 pounds a week. So that's about 8 pounds in a month. So if anybody is losing a significant amount of weight over that, for one, look at how much they weigh to begin with, and what was their fitness journey prior to that. Hello. Hey. So yeah, I love seeing the transformations though. I'm not gonna hate and say I don't like seeing them. They are motivating, they are encouraging. But the whole point of me even bringing that up was just making sure you have realistic fitness goals for yourself and not feeling like you have to reach that goal as well. What you need assistance with? Let's see what direction this goes in. Perfect bodies, social media expectations, perfect bodies. A lot of times people know how to take the perfect angle. They have good lighting, and they normally gonna post when they're in peak condition. That's the one thing about social media is, and that's the reason why. Another reason why I want to start going live is because it is easy to start. It's easy to post what you want people to see, right? When you're feeling good, it's easy to post that. But live, like I've said in plenty of my other videos before, it's gonna catch what it's gonna catch. Like even just now, when I tried to move my walking pad, water bottle fell. Like it just was a mess going on. Not a big deal. Going live, I'm learning that things do not have to be perfect. I used to feel like, beautiful queen, thank you, I appreciate it. I love a good compliment. But I used to feel like as well that I had to post certain things and be to a certain image because I feel like on social media, that's what sells, right? People want to see a perfect life. It's either one end of the spectrum, right? People either want to see wealth, success, perfect life, or they want to see someone struggling and, you know what I'm saying, just having a hard time. In the middle, I feel like people don't really care about that. So if you're not willing to like humiliate yourself, I feel like then you got to come on the other end with, you know, the success story of how rich you are, what bags you got, cars, the success, materialistic things you have. So when it comes to social media, I think for the longest I had a a hard time trying to figure out where to kind of fit in with that. And that's why I really don't post as much. Don't post at all on Instagram. TikTok, I can't really get into posting all the trends. So I'm learning to just stay true to myself and just, I mean, that's all I can do, right? That's all I can do. So I started to get on live initially because that was a fear of mine, because I was worried about trolls, which I've dealt plenty of those in the past 2 weeks of me being on here. So I don't even care no more. It don't really bother me. My ignore game is really strong. So I've gotten to the point where I don't even care what people have to say anymore. But that was my biggest fear. I used to ask some of my clients, like, how do y'all deal with the trolls and does it bother you? And they were, you know, they gave me some tips. So I feel like now I'm figuring it out. But I say all that to say, if don't worry about social media expectations. Do what you got to do. I am very good with eating healthy foods, but life has thrown me a few curves. I need encouragement and support mentally. I do look well for my age. I don't care about social media views, just support. Oh, well then I'm your girl because I feel the same way. I mean, I'm not gonna take away your situation because I don't know what you're dealing with, and I'm definitely not going to downplay what life may have thrown at you because I don't know. But I will say that I do understand because life has thrown me a few curves myself. Just when I thought I was like right where I needed to be in life, like I thought I was doing everything that God wanted me to do. I was like, okay, you know, I felt like I was hitting my peak, or not even hit my peak, but about to bust through the ceiling of what God had for me. That's when I was diagnosed with some medical stuff, and it changed the whole trajectory of my life. And a lot of things change, you know, finances, my working out changed. So I'm saying all that to say, not to take away from you, but to say that everything is mental and you have to try to push through the best way you can. When things get tough, just needing support, and I came across you. Well, definitely don't cry. You know, my parents always say, never let them see you cry. And it's not about anybody in particular, but I don't know if you're a spiritual person, but I also say, I'm never going to let someone take my heart, my pride, or tear me down in any way. How do I want to put this? You decide your destiny. So even if it's one step at a time, that's why I say take everything minute by minute. Don't look at the big picture. Look at what you can do today. So the goal for you today is just to get through each minute, right? So we're going to get through this minute right now. We're going to get through the next minute. And before you know it, we're going to get through the day. Let's try to focus on things that we can control and not what we can't. I think a lot of times that's what we stress about. We look at so far ahead at things that we can't control, and that tends to get to us. So if you're a believer, I am. I definitely said when I was at my lowest, that's what I turned to. I ended up turning to the Bible. And I'm sorry for anybody who's not religious and doesn't like the direction I'm going. But for me, that's what helped me a lot. I turned to the Bible. And because I was kind of in a dark place at one point. And when I went to the Bible, it kind of changed my whole perspective on how I view things. I just started trying to see the positivity in everything. So I will say the fact that you're even at work, that is a good thing. You're able to make money. Um, there's somebody out there who's probably wishing they even could have a job. Now, what is this lady trying to sell us? I don't think she's trying to sell us anything. Do you think so? I mean, I can only give people the benefit of the doubt. I don't think she's trying to sell us anything. To me, I just felt like maybe she was going through a hard time. If it gets to the point that that's what she was trying to do, then we'll handle it when we get there. But okay, so you always start praying, I'm doing financially, I'm very educated. Okay, so what these folks on YouTube always trying to sell us something. So who are you talking about, Cass? Are you talking about me or are you talking about the person in the chat? I'm confused. Cass Blast 1989. Cause I'm not. Oh, okay. Okay. I guess you thought he was talking about you too, or he, she. I'm not sure. Cause I don't think neither one of us trying to sell anything. I know I'm not. I'm just trying to get my walk on and just be encouraging because life is always gonna throw some curveballs, and we got to figure out how we're gonna handle it. And I feel like trying to be positive is the best way you can go about it. Do you want to further elaborate maybe what you're dealing with? Or if you don't want to, that's okay. I'm a Florida girl. If you're talking to me, I'm a Florida girl. Cats bless. What are you talking about? I don't buy much. Ain't nobody selling anything. What are you talking about? Maybe I'm too positive. I don't know because I definitely see an issue with what was stated. I don't think anything's. And the thing is, you know what's the good thing about someone trying to sell you something? You don't have to buy it. See how that positivity works? Ain't no need to get stressed about it. Ain't no need to make a big deal about it. But that's not what I got from what was stated. Hi from Greece. Hey, hey. Well, once you have the Lord, material things are mostly meaningless. I agree. That's why I don't think nothing was being sold. Nothing we were talking about was materialistic. Um, I think we more so were talking about mental and just trying to get through it. I mean, going to the Lord don't mean you're perfect. Don't mean every day is gonna be a good day. You're still gonna deal with some bad days, and so you have to figure out how to overcome it with the Lord. So that's why it's a journey, right? You don't get to point A to point B like that. It takes time. And exactly, if it's not for you, it's just not for you. Hi, beautiful. Happy Monday. Enjoy your day. Look so gorgeous. Thank you, Joey. I appreciate it. You have a good day as well. I normally don't like talking. I ain't say I don't like talking about God, but normally I don't bring religion to my platform just because I was in the military for so long. And that was one thing we couldn't really talk about because it always caused confrontation. And I just prefer not to get in a debate with nobody because no one's going to change my viewpoint on how I feel. And I'm not trying to necessarily change anybody else's viewpoint. I can only put out there what my thoughts and opinions are, but I'm never trying to change what somebody's thinking. I was just wondering because a lot of these are trying to sell something. Oh, so you were talking to me, Cass Blast 1989. You were talking about me. Was okay. Well, Cash Blast 1989, if you were talking about me, no. Yeah, I definitely not trying to sell anything. I'm just trying to get a walk in. I'm trying to be consistent on live. Yeah, kind of was trying to get a feel of what was happening here. Oh no, I was just talking about my weekend, talking about how I was juicing on Sunday. And if you look at my videos of me going live, you'll see my main goal is I'm trying to stay consistent. Today is day 11 of me walking. And so I decided to bring you all along on my walking journey. I do health and fitness content. And sometimes you just need encouragement. How was that? How was what? Mostly trying. What was happening there? I don't get what you're asking. How was that? Oh, my weekend. Okay. My weekend was actually pretty good. It started off a little slow. I wasn't feeling good, and then it got better. I talked about my juicing I did yesterday. So if people want to see what I juiced, it's on there. Oh, yeah. I'm not traveling for a while myself. If I can't drive there, I need one of those walking up. Yeah. That's nothing that can help. Anytime I'm so this is so okay to get to what you kind of mentioned earlier. I will say this is what I started doing when I was at my lowest. I that's how I started walking. I just wasn't myself anymore. I didn't really feel like working out anymore. I used to work out all the time, and then when I got diagnosed with some medical things, I had to pull back. And so I really got tired of my workout regimen because it wasn't as intense as I wanted it to be. So I actually started walking so it could get me moving again. I felt like it's low intensity, but it's something that makes me feel productive. So that's what made me start walking. Um, and it got me out of my dark room. Uh, so now that's why I come out front. I open the blinds. I can see out to my balcony, and I just walk. And so that's how this all got started. And I decided that maybe there's somebody else out there who's having a hard time. I can talk about health and fitness since it is a passion of mine. Bring some, educational stuff, just tips to help people out, and just bring y'all along the ride while I walk it out. Uh, I need grief is different for everyone, so walking looks good to me. Yeah. I hope you have a nice day too, Cass Blast. So yeah, that's really why I started walking. Uh, it's good. It's good for the body. I'm gonna increase the speed. I was at 2.5. Now I'm at 3.0. So glad I found this channel. I'm a workout coach and motivator. Okay. Thanks for joining. How many years did you serve? I served from 2006 to 2016. But okay, let me tailor that back. I served active duty though for just 5 years. But I wore a uniform from 2006 to 2016. But active duty for 5 years. Did you serve in the military, CB? So my goal today, as I mentioned earlier, is to go for an hour. Okay. Thank you for your service. I was Army. What about you? Which branch? Okay, Navy. We had the Army Navy rivalry. I did go to the academy. So I went to United States Military Academy, West Point. So I was always at the Army Navy games. The year I was at the academy, we lost every game, every Army Navy game. Oh, look at you. So we have a couple of military people in here. You found a walking pad on Amazon? I got mine off a TikTok shop. I'm not trying to. I'm not joking. Like, I mean, I didn't really elaborate on it. I'm not gonna knock what nobody say. So, but I got my walking pad off a TikTok shop. I don't really talk about my walking pad unless people bring it up, because I want y'all to understand I'm not trying to sell y'all a walking pad. I don't get nothing for talking about it. I work with all branches of the military. Okay. Yep. I deployed immediately. When I got to my duty station, I was at Fort Hood. And a lot of people say, had I went to other places, that maybe I would have stayed, but I spent my whole time at Fort Hood, and so I was ready to get up out of there and see what else life had to offer. Is it cheaper than a regular treadmill? Yes, it is. So the prices for the walking pad range from $39 up into about, I mean, they can get as, they can get high, but I think reasonably up until about 150. And the ones that got up to the higher price range, they have an incline. So I'm actually thinking about, I guess, upgrading, so to speak, because I would like a walking pad that walks at an incline. Also, it's based off of speed. This one only goes to 3.8. 3.8 is about the speed right before you have to start doing like a little slow jog. As in the military, they would say range walk. I feel like at 3.8, I'm range walking. So the other more expensive walking paths are normally, they go at a higher speed. So I think you can kind of, yeah, they get to, I think I heard some get as high as 7. And then, like I said, the incline. The incline is good, especially when it comes to working the backside. Hey, how are you? Oh, so you found one for 89? That's a good one. The front of mine is white, and I think that's why mine was a little more expensive. You can kind of see it in the video, but the front panel on mine is white, and that's what I was looking for. I was going for aesthetics, y'all. I wanted to match my decor, but you can find some cheaper ones. So, like $39, $40. Beautiful, girl. Thank you. Appreciate it. So, I definitely love it. If you're trying to start your fitness journey, if you're just trying to find a way to kind of recover. So even if you're like a fitness enthusiast and you go hard and intense, I think a walking pad is actually good to use for recovery. I'm about to get rocked. Well, go on TikTok shop and see what they look like to you. Because the walking pads I saw for $39, they're very thin. This one has a little weight to it. I would say about 15, 20 pounds. The ones on TikTok shop that were $39, they look very thin. I'm not sure how durable they are. I kind of feel like you get what you pay for. So $39 might not be the best way to go, but I got mine off a TikTok shop. So just see what works for you. And then you got to think about another reason why I got this one and not one of the higher ones, because how many of us buy fitness equipment or products and then we don't use it? It sits, it gets dusty. So I was worried about spending a lot of money because I was like, I'm gonna get bored with walking. So I was worried about spending too much money. Mine was actually $107, if that helps you feel better. I spent $107, but I love it. Knock on wood that I haven't had any problems with it yet, but I also only had it for like a month and a half. So, but yeah, I would say go with what you think works best for you in your budget, and really see if you're really gonna use it. So that's why, like I said, I didn't go with a higher one, with the incline and the faster speed, because I do want to jog from time to time. But I was worried I would spend all that money and then I wouldn't use it as much, because it is starting to get hot outside again. I love walking outside. I love going to the park. So I was worried if I spent too much money on this walking pad, it would just sit because it is small enough to where I can put underneath my bed, or you know what I'm saying, just put it out the way. Some people just leaning against the wall, but I want to get it out the way. That's and one thing I had as a topic to talk about is taking like walking. So most people say walk 10K steps, right? That's like the norm. That when you hear they're like, oh, I'm trying to hit my 10,000 steps today. And I've been guilty of it as well, where I'm like, let's hit 10,000 steps. And I think the reason why a lot of times we try to hit 10,000 steps because it just sounds good, right? That number looks good. But the whole walk 10,000 steps came from the 1960s. There was a campaign and it kind of stuck. Where are you walking to? I'm walking nowhere fast. That's where I'm walking to. Nowhere fast. But yeah, 10,000 steps. Hey Matt, sorry I didn't see you. Hey. 10,000 steps just became what most people just started saying. But on average, you want to try to walk like 7 to 8,000. You don't necessarily shoot for 10, but definitely try to go for 7 or 8. The whole point is you want to stay consistent and just moving. Looking good. Thank you. I try. I try. So I think by the time I'm done walking on here for the hour, I've normally walked for, as far as steps, depending on the speed, on the low end, it's like 6,000 steps. On the high end, it's like 8,000 steps. Right now, I am at 3 miles per hour. So I've definitely walked a lot slower than normal. I try to ramp it up every, like 5 to 10 minutes, but it's Monday, y'all. I'm dragging, but I'm just happy that I am moving. That's the goal. Stay moving. Minimum 30 minutes, but I gave myself an hour. But for you all, I'm saying try to hit a minimum of 30 minutes, especially if you're a beginner to working out and just trying to get back into your fitness rhythm. Aim for 30 minutes. So far, I've been doing pretty good. I did like to subscribe. 107 doesn't sound bad. I thank you for your words of encouragement. It's a small acts of kindness that get people through the day. So I thank you for the encouragement. I thank you for joining. I love when people come on and just talk with me. I don't think you all understand what that does for me, especially when you come on here with positivity. Yeah. So I appreciate you just as much as you may appreciate me. And hopefully you'll get on again and can chat with me. It does a lot for me and keeps me encouraged and motivated to keep walking. Coming on live was a fear for me. And so when I come across nice people, it keeps me motivated to get on here and share a little bit more of myself each day. So thank you. Hey, Maurice. Thank you. I appreciate it. I know we kind of got interrupted standing earlier today. Early when I was trying to give you words of encouragement. We got interrupted, but I hope you're able to take something from it. And I hope you're able to push through your day and you have a good week. Walking 1 hour, that sounds like military life. Well, I was in the military life for a long time, so maybe that's why. I will say that those are the things that I took away from the military that I'm appreciative of is I got maybe like 4 good friends that are like family to me now. And they're like my core, like sisters. So I do appreciate that. The discipline. I probably could name a few more things, but I think the people that are in my life right now, the biggest takeaway I would say I have from the military Fitness was always big to me before I got in the military, so I can't give them credit for that. But I will say, because I ran track, that's what made things easy for me when I got to the military. Got any plans for when? Today? Or give me a little more to that. Trick shot. So I've been walking now for almost 40 minutes. Normally, I think I would already been at 2 miles, so I definitely know I'm walking slower. Coming up on 200 calories. I got to speed it up a little bit. I try to hit the 3.8 the last 10 minutes of my walk. So we'll increase it in about 10 minutes. I will be back after return to work. I feel encouraged. Have a great day. Well, you have a great day at work. I definitely look forward to you returning. Yeah. Make today a positive day. Positive energy I'm sending your way. Awesome. What y'all do when y'all come up with some of y'all names on here? I'm just interested. I'm not judging nobody. I just want to know, like, when y'all come up with y'all YouTube names, like, what was the thought process when y'all came up with y'all names? I'm just curious. No judgment. We listen and we don't judge. Ooh. Let me tell y'all some easy snacks. Y'all love talking about nutrition, so I'm gonna give y'all some nutrition tips when it comes to eating snacks. If you're trying to reach certain fitness goals, let me give y'all some. Don't go to the gas station getting chips and candy and all of that. I've learned that you have to have things that you can quickly grab. So yogurt, granola, with a little bit of honey, some berries. That's a good, easy snack to make. Hard-boiled eggs. Jerky is a good one. Might be a little high in sodium, but jerky is good in protein. That's easy to grab. Toast with avocado. The avocado is a good, healthy fat. Nuts is good in protein and a good fat. What? I don't know what you're talking about. Trail mix, air pop popcorn, limit on the salt and butter, none of that. Protein bars, which you want to make sure the protein bar is low in sugar and between 15 and 20 grams of protein. I think I said it. Rice cake and almond butter. That's a good snack. So everything I just named are snacks that are pretty quick and they're kind of grab and go. So if you're looking for some good snacks, those are it. What else I got for you? So question I have for you all. When you work out, do you like listening to podcasts, music, or silence? What is it for you when you work out? What's your go-to? Give it to me, give it to me. Okay, I'm gonna give y'all mine. So I realized when I work out, I used to like the upbeat, hip hop rap music. I work out in silence. Oh, okay. I mean, when I do my workouts on here, I have to do everything silent just because of the copyright and the usage of music. But I realized, like, when I walk outside or if I'm working out, I used to like hip hop and rap music. But y'all want to know what I like listening to? Gospel music. Don't judge me. Gospel music, that'll get you. It'll put a pep in your step. It will get you going. So I have a gospel playlist that I love listening to when I'm working out. Yeah. And I knock out quite a few miles. So what do you think about when you work out in silence? Hey Coco, yo. I know how to say your name. ANCI. Hey, hey. I don't know how. Well, I can work out in silence, but normally if I work out in silence, it's because I'm thinking about too much. But we playing two truths and a lie. Well, I feel like that's not true. But did you get away though? That is the question. Were you fast enough to get away? What type of workouts you do? I just love the pain. So what type of workouts are you doing? Are you doing this intense like strength training? Are you running really fast? So what are you doing when you work out? I think when I do leg days, that's when I need that motivational music the most. You ran 10 miles. Oh, you ran 10. Well, I read that wrong. I thought you said 10 miles. 10 minutes today without a break. Oh, that's good. That is good. I focus on abs and I stretch a lot. Okay. So are you in school right now? So last thing I did want to talk about, I don't know how interesting it would be to most of you all, but what I had on the agenda today was talk about body dysmorphia and making sure people understand. Okay, you're not. People understand what it is. I think at one point I thought I had body dysmorphia, but when I really looked at what it was, I don't think I do. I think I'm just like most people where we're just very critical of ourselves. But body dysmorphia is when you become obsessed and you perceive flaws in your appearance. So what is most of the time is minor or invisible to other people, but to you, it is so big. Um, so like you're always checking the mirror or you're trying to avoid mirrors. You need constant reassurance about how you look, and even then when you get that reassurance, you still don't really feel like it's true. You compare your appearance to other people. And you also try to avoid social settings. Yeah, that ain't me. I thought it was, but I just think I'm critical of myself. I had surgery, some medical surgery. I had to have two of them, and I had to remove a few things. And the scars I left on my stomach, one of them started keloid. So I became very self-conscious about how my stomach looks. You see, I'm over here trying to pull my pants up. But I became very self-conscious about that. And a lot of people are like, girl, don't nobody see them scars. And I'm like, but I see them. I see them though. But I realized I don't really think that's necessarily body dysmorphia. I think that's just me being critical of something that I'm insecure about. But I just want to touch on that because I feel like, and it kind of hits on my earlier point. I was talking about social media expectations. I feel like social media expectations is why so many people have body dysmorphia, because a lot of people are going underneath the knife, getting surgery, and then they're trying to sell it as if it's really what they look like. So I thought the expectations for what we should look like is starting to, like in the 90s, I feel like what people would look like in the 90s was just like natural. We loved it. And over time, I don't know who told who that certain things look good. And that became like what people were going for. I think overall, though, I can't really say I have a solution for body dysmorphia. I think after a while, you just have to mentally have your own confidence in yourself and what you look like, and understanding that what you think is the expectation isn't. But I don't think nobody can really tell you what to do. I think it's like anything else, you got to want it for yourself and believe it for yourself. But I did want to talk about body dysmorphia because I am passionate about health and fitness, and because health and fitness, and I'll say mostly on the fitness side, normally we're trying to change something physical about ourselves. So I feel like body dysmorphia is something that needs to get talked about a little more often. And you just gotta be comfortable in what you look like. I used to care a lot about what other people had to say or what they would think. And maybe it just comes with age. Because now I don't care. I don't care. I don't care what nobody thinks anymore. And I love that for myself. I love it. So I just want to mention that if anybody wants to talk about it, feel free to reach out to me. Maybe something you don't want to talk about in the chat, but definitely I'm somebody you can talk to. I'm gonna increase my speed to 3.8. I'm at 50 minutes. But yeah, I just felt like it was important for me to touch that topic, being in the health and fitness world. Hey, boo. You made it on, girl. I've been walking now for 50 minutes. Let's see what my distance is. I'm at 2.38 miles, so I'm a little further behind. My goal is to at least walk 3 miles in an hour, so I was a little slow today. So once I hit my hour, I'm going to see where I'm at and possibly slow it down. Yeah, my friend just got on. This is one of what I was talking about earlier when I said the military gave me, the big thing they gave me was sisters. She is one of them. One thing I'm grateful for the military. Me too. You see, I started smiling instantly when I saw your name pop up. I'm so happy. It made my day too. I've been getting on here. This is the start of my 3rd week. So this is day 11 for me. I get on here Monday through Friday. I don't try, but I walk for an hour. You should have a Colgate commercial. You better keep hitting me with the flattery. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm always smiling. I don't know why. You could do that, friend. Let's go. Yeah, I get on here and I try to walk. Well, I keep saying try. Try is not in my vocabulary. Is my shoe? Oh, yeah, I thought my shoelace was coming untied. I walk on here minimum an hour, but normally I'm able to hit my 3-mile mark within that hour. But I was walking a little slow this morning. It's Monday. I was off to a slow start. I normally increase my walking pad a little faster throughout my time. Girl, I kept it at 2.5 miles per hour, a little longer than normal. So I'm trying to get it. I definitely got to walk at least 3 miles today. I'm at 2.5. So I'm happy about that. I just try to stay motivated by getting on here and doing it in front of everybody. But I always say I challenge y'all. That's one thing I'm always going to say on my live is I challenge you to do something. It don't have to be today. It don't have to be this week. Maybe not even this month. But I challenge you to do something that makes you uncomfortable, but will make you better. Okay? I can finish this 0.5. Are you on a treadmill or do you have a walking pad? Oh, and you got an incline. I'm jealous. I need an incline. You're so pretty. Thank you. Okay, you're on a treadmill. Okay. You're on post at the gym. Yeah, I got a neighbor below me. Hey, Coco, I have a question. What's the question? Thank you, Coco. I got a neighbor below me, and I had to make sure I got the hours that I want to aggravate her because, yeah, I'll be pumping it out. And even though it's not super, she said it's not super loud, but she said she can hear when I'm on here. So I would try to walk at night, but that's when she comes home. And I ain't trying to aggravate her like that. She said she's not home because I used to walk at night. I used to walk whenever I felt like it. And then one day I stopped her when I saw her and I was like, do you ever hear my walking pad? And she's so sweet. She was trying not to say, yes, girl, get off of it. But she was just like, I heard, a little bit. And I was like, well, what time would be the best time for you? And I guess morning time. So very sweet. Coco, I'm not doing that. You see, I'm trying to walk. You want me to subscribe back to you? Yes, I will subscribe back. I don't mind subscribing back to other people. So I will do that once I get off, okay? I'm trying to remember your name. Geesh. Well, if you subscribe to me and I can see it, if you're not, if you don't have your subscriptions private, I should be able to find you and subscribe back easily. What you saying? You need one what? What was I talking about? I forgot that fast. What was I talking about? Okay, you commented. You commented on one of my videos. Okay. So yeah, I'll find you off of one of my other videos and I'll subscribe back. I don't mind showing the love to other people when it comes to their channels. I'll even watch a few videos, like, leave some comments. Walking pad. Yeah, girl, I'm telling you, I love it. So I'm at 2.76 distance. I'm going to get me a walking pad with an incline. I wish I would have just went full throttle with it and got the one with the incline to begin with. But I think I was already kind of unsure of what that would look like. And I don't know. I don't know what I had in my head for what the incline walking pad would look like. Like, would that be sturdy? How much it weighed? But now that I have this one, I'm like, okay. I mean, the incline probably won't be, like your treadmill. I think the treadmill, you can go up to like 15. I think you'll probably do like at most 8 or something. I'm going to research it. So I'm at 2.82 with distance. Those are good questions. That's really fast. So yeah, when it came to the walking pad, I had to really think, am I really going to walk on it? Do I want to spend all this money on something that's going to collect dust? But no. It's definitely worth the investment. So I'm definitely going to upgrade. I want to get one that I can run on. How much does it cost? See, Coco, I'll answer that question for you. This one costs $107, but And you can find them for all different prices. I mentioned earlier that I was just more so worried about the aesthetics. I wanted something more white in the front. And of course, the white ones I think were a little more expensive because most of the walking pads are black. So you would think that way, Magic. Sure. Whatever you want to envision. Sure, go ahead. Have at it. But if you walk at an incline, to be honest, if you walk at an incline, it does help with your glutes. So that is one reason why I do want to get an incline because it helps with calves, hamstrings, and glutes. So it is good to walk at an incline. Remember, don't let things bother you. It's okay. It don't bother me. I do wish you could like charge these up and like take them somewhere. Like I would love to like just walk in the park or oh, I guess I could walk them outside. I do have a plug out there. I might consider that. Let's see where I'm at with distance. I hit my hour mark, so we at least hit that. Okay, I'm at 2.98. I'm almost at the 3 mile mark. I can't tell. I'm sorry. Uh, I mean, with your comment to what Magic had to say, I could tell, or at least I would think I would take that consideration that you could be a girl. But by your name, no. By your comment, yes. And I can't really see what your profile picture is. It's kind of small too, so I'm not really sure what it is. I hit my 3 mile mark. I'm just gonna slow it down. So now we're just gonna lower the heart rate. My name is just for my funny oh, okay. Got you. Sorry, I didn't mean to be offensive. Free speech, it didn't offend me. Yay, yeah, we made it, friend. 3 mile mark. So now I'm just slowing my heart rate back down. I always encourage you all that anytime you get done with your main workout, to do a cool down, get your heart rate back down. Have you ever, this is random, y'all. I just say random stuff. Have you ever like not worked out for a very long time and then you start working out again and you get very itchy? Anybody? We'll talk about that because I know what it is. I'll be sure to jump on around 11:35. Okay, cool. Cool. But it really just comes from your blood flow. And when you have been working out for a while, it opens up and the way it's flowing. I'll explain it a little better. I don't want to start something I can't really finish, but we'll talk about that tomorrow because I just thought that was so funny because I realized that's happened to me in the past. And I appreciate that that lets me know I feel like I'm in shape because it don't happen to me anymore. My legs don't get that itchy feeling. I don't really use a treadmill or anything. I just go on a long run. Yeah, I used to go for long runs. Um, the weather, I don't like cold weather. So that's originally why I also got this because I wanted to be able to still get my cardio. And the reason I said that is because running is what I really like to do for cardio, but walking is just as good. It just as effective. It just takes a little longer than running to kind of meet some of your goals, but you'll still get there. It's easier on your joints. So I actually do recommend walking over running. Um, it's low intensity, so it is better for your body. Yeah, I got that. Someone said nice tats. What does that mean? I don't know, because I don't think you can see any of my tattoos. So I don't know if that's what they're referring to because you can't see any of mine. I just go on a long run no matter what the weather is. Oh, well, kudos for you, because no, I cannot. I need the sun shining, and I need, yeah, blue skies. Sometimes a good overcast day, depending on what the temperature is, a good day to go for a run. But no, I can't do cold. My dad went for a run. You got all the jokes, Wayne. I do uphill walking with ankle weights. Okay, that's pretty good. I should talk about that too. Let me make note of this. So tomorrow I'm going to talk about that itchy feeling. I'm going to talk about working out with weights because there is something to that too along your ankles. Love you too, girl. See you tomorrow. Thank you for joining. When they say tats, they don't mean tats. I don't know then what they mean. I'll be on a slow bus then. They can't see nothing, so I don't care. Anyway, moving along. But running uphill is very good to do. I love running uphill. They say running downhill, especially if you're trying to get faster, running downhill is very good for working on your fast twitch, building your muscle memory. So I will say that is good to do. Stairs. What else is good? So I like doing the Stairmaster. That's like wonder if I do go to a gym, that's one thing I will get on. But yeah, I told you all my ignore game is very strong. So stuff like that don't bother me. Okay, so you okay. So I'm guessing you're younger. Well, if you're not old enough to go to a gym, that means you have to be like younger than 15 because gyms will allow you to go to a gym. I feel like you deserve a lot more likes. Well, thank you, Coco. I mean, I'm not really here for the likes. I appreciate the likes, and I'm hoping over time, the more consistent I get on here and more people join my chats, that, I will have more people on my walking journey supporting, but it's okay. I'm 16, but I asked someone at a gym, they said no. Okay. I mean, it just all depends, yeah, on that gym's policy. I do know there are some gyms, and it's more so, I think the big box gyms are more so like that. But if you go to some of the smaller gyms, they will allow you to go there with a parent, like a guardian's write off. Like they have to sign a form that's basically saying that my child is authorized to come here without me. I do go to a gym, not often. I can't tell you the last time I went to a gym, but because I have a lot of equipment here, I have a lot of my own equipment, so I don't really have the need to go to the gym. There is some piece of equipment that I want to use, so I did say I was going to start going back to the gym. I think it is more so for the social interaction is why I want to go back to the gym. Yeah. Working out at home is just hard to stay motivated. Working out by yourself. I feel like when you get into that gym and you get to that environment, you got other people around you working out. You got more equipment to choose from. And I just feel like you have that get in, get out mentality, so you get the work done. I feel like at home there's so many different distractions. That's a little hard to get the workout in. You listen to music to stay motivated. I do too, for the most part. I do listen to music. What else do I do? Sometimes I do work out in silence. I'm trying to, I try to figure out the rest of what my day is gonna look like. Okay, let's see how long I've been on here. Okay, so I'm gonna walk for another minute. So what are some of your goals? What's one of the goals you have for this year? Or even just this month. It don't have to be for the year. What are you talking about, Coco? Oh, okay. You deleted it. Oh, what's the weather? I don't know the actual temperature. I haven't been outside, but it's sunny, no clouds. But I don't know what the temperature is. But it looks like a nice day to be under 130 pounds. I was like 150, but I kept getting bullied in school, so I started to work out more. Okay. Well, good for you for working out, but I hope you're working out for you and not for those bullies. Do what makes you happy. So if you want to lose the weight, then good for you. But don't do nothing for nobody else because people gonna talk regardless. That's why I'm trying to tell you that what people say in this chat, it don't matter. It don't matter what I come on here looking like. Somebody else gonna have something to say. So I don't care. So you shouldn't either. Oh, is the weather cold often there, Coco? Yeah, I kind of do want to lose the weight because I don't want to gain more weight throughout my life. And know that I did. Okay. I didn't. Okay. I got you. So as long as you're doing it for you, that's all that matters. I know you're on the younger side, so I definitely get it. We are easily influenced by our peers and what other people think. And like I said, I know what I'm saying to you is because I'm just older in age. But yeah, definitely just do whatever makes you happy. Because in the end, that's all that anything matters for is yourself. Yes, very, very. Oh, okay. Note to self, don't go there. I just don't like the cold. I am a Florida girl. I love the beach. I just love hot weather. Um, so yep. One day I will embrace being a December baby and I will travel somewhere cold and take cute pictures. I've always thought about going to a ski resort, but my mom has PCOS and she told me she doesn't work out anymore because she doesn't get the point to the PCOS doesn't help her lose weight. She just keeps the weight. I've heard people say that too. I do, I guess I'll say a sister medical issue of PCOS. I have stage 4 endometriosis and I have adenomyosis. Some people who deal with endometriosis, they do get the endo belly where, it makes them look like they're pregnant. Some people do have, they do struggle with losing weight. And I do know that a lot of that stuff is hormonal and that's what makes it hard for people to lose weight. So I definitely understand. Uh, I think the only thing I say, as long as your mom is giving it her best, if she can muster up the energy and the mental to get up and at least try to, work out and eat right, I think she will see some results. I know it's easier said than done because I do know people who deal with PCOS. Um, but I do feel like she can get some results if she really wants to. But she has to want it for herself. There's a couple of groups on Facebook that support groups for PCOS, endometriosis, adenomyosis, all the, anything you really need. There are a lot of support groups. So maybe your mom could join one of those because one of the groups I'm in, they're always talking about PCOS. So I am learning more about it. I was very ignorant and naive to what it was at one point. So my mom said she's given up. She's in her 30s, and she said there's no point. And I told her if she has the motivation to do it, she could do it. She definitely could do it. I'm 37, so I definitely get it. It gets hard. It gets harder the older you get. And maybe just keep encouraging her. Anybody who's dealing with something, it takes time to come around. So don't force anything on her. But you're so kind. So kind, so kind. But that's what I try to tell people. It's very easy to go into a dark place when you're dealing with something medically. The one thing I hated is I don't like depending on other people. So when it came to my medical stuff, having to depend on doctors and other people and just depending on what they say, because when you really think about it, that's all we're doing, right? Anytime you go to the doctor's office, you're depending on them to read the x-ray, the MRI, the CAT scan, the lab work. You're believing what they say. You're trusting them. And that was the hardest thing I had to deal with. You're on their time for when they can get you in for stuff. So that's why I try to take back what I could. And that's why I try to walk. I focus on my nutrition because I try to take as much as my medical stuff out of their hands into my own, because I don't want to depend on, they try to put me on so many different medications, and it's a money thing. Yep. Treat people how you want to get treated. I believe in karma. I let God handle all my, I used to be a person that wanted revenge and all that. No, I ain't got time for that no more. God got me. Everything always works out in the end. But that's why I say, when it comes to your mom, you just have to let her get to that point. Maybe you can just keep encouraging her, but eventually I think with your help, she will want to make some changes. Greetings to you. I see that you are going to keep in good shape. Yeah. I started chatting on here now. So I reached my goal for today. My goal was to at least walk a minimum of an hour and to hit the 3-mile mark. So now I've been going for 76 minutes. I slowed the walking pad down just to get my heart rate back down. But the more you all talk to me, I just enjoy it. I love the interaction. But greetings to you as well. I get on here every day at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I'll be back on here tomorrow with a couple things to talk about. I was supposed to get off like 5 minutes ago. That's what I always say. I enjoy talking to you. You're like my personal therapist. I say working out is therapy, right? Because you feel good while you're working out. And I just feel like it's a good place to just release whatever you're dealing with. So it is. It's free therapy is what I say. Bye, Coco. You have a good day. But I definitely say working out is a free therapy. I used to always say that with all my clients. We used to have a session, knock 2 things out, right? We can talk things out mentally and we can work out physically. So we got it done. So definitely keep joining me on my lives. I would love to talk to you some more, and even though I get on here to talk about health and fitness, I really don't mind talking about anything. That's what I'm here for. I'm a personal trainer and I'm also an online coach. So I feel like that kind of comes with the job description, because working out is a mental thing. So if your mental's not right, I feel like your body can't get right. So we got to start here first. So I definitely love talking to people about anything that helps their mental. Okay, so let me see where I'm at on time. Okay, I'm off for 2 more minutes. That's going to put me at 80. Hey, hey, hey. Thank you, Wayne. Aren't you so nice? You can't go wrong when you smile, right? So I try to do it as often as possible. So I'm at 3.67 miles as far as distance. It says calories 415. My watch is such a hater. It says 234. Wayne just like talking. Wayne just like messing with me. But I love the compliments, Wayne. I hope you have a wonderful and blessed day as well. Have a very blessed day. Namaste. Do you teach yoga by chance? Just because you said that don't mean you do, but I was just wondering. So I got a little less than a minute. But today was good. We talked about nutrition. We talked about my body dysmorphia, realistic fitness goals. Um, oh, you babysitting dog walk. Look at you, entrepreneur in the making. So I'm coming up on my last 15 seconds. I just want to let you all know I appreciate you getting on here and chat with me, keeping me company on my walk. I'll be back tomorrow at 11 a.m. So please join me. Come with the good vibes, energy, and conversation. I love it. It makes my walks go by that much faster. Whew, 80 minutes of walking today. Join me tomorrow. I appreciate you. Drink your water and be positive and smile. All right, y'all.